Welcome to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, a review of the biopic and a look at my thoughts on what if Sharon Tate had lived. Since my video on what if Marilyn Monroe had lived, this has been my most requested video. I've actually tried 3 times to make this video and scrapped my previous attempts. Sharon Tate's death was so tragic, and I want to do her justice by celebrating her life, not focusing on her death. In order to do that, let me start by recontextualizing her and give a few words on who she was. Sharon Tate was an American actress and model who gained fame in the 1960s for her beauty, charm, and significant roles in Hollywood films. She is perhaps best known for her role in cult film Valley of the Dolls from 1967, a film adaptation of Jacqueline Susann's best-selling novel. Tate portrayed Jennifer North, a struggling actress who becomes involved in a tragic love triangle, showcasing her acting talent alongside other stars like Barbara Parkins, Patty Duke, and Susan Hayward. The film's lasting popularity has cemented her place in popular culture. In addition to her film career, Sharon Tate became an iconic figure in the 1960s, inspiring the creation of the Malibu Barbie doll. Her portrayal of Malibu in the 1967-68 film Don't Make Waves, where she starred opposite Tony Curtis and Claudia Cardinale, reflected the carefree, sun-kissed California lifestyle, embodying the look and the spirit that would later be captured in the design of the doll. Her beauty and effortless charm contributed to the Malibu Barbie's enduring image, making her a lasting cultural influence even after her untimely death in 1969. As I just said, Sharon Tate's look was the epitome of the California beach girl, effortlessly embodying the laid-back, sun-kissed vibe of the 60s. Her style was a blend of bohemian and glamorous. Whether lounging at the beach or attending Hollywood parties, her effortless, breezy fashion and radiant energy made her a true icon of the counterculture movement and the summer of love, embodying the essence of California's vibrant, artistic lifestyle. She was a hippie repackaged for the masses, authentic yet corporatized. Similar to Jean Harlow, or looking forward to today, Blake Lively, she has an interesting blend of feminine and masculine features, like her strong jaw, which makes it difficult for me to draw her, and these large doe eyes, which she adorns with false individual lashes, like Jean Harlow did before her, and like Liza Minnelli and Shelley Duvall would do in the 70s after her. So her look is both of the moment, ahead of her time, and a throwback to the glamour of the 30s. My failure to really capture her in my drawing really highlights for me her uniqueness. She wasn't just a cookie-cutter blonde California girl. She was something more. In the late 2010s, there was a glut of films and TV shows that tried to tell the story of that time. From the 2nd season of the excellent Netflix series Mindhunter to the trashy exploitation film Haunting of Sharon Tate and the less trashy indie film Charlie Says, directed by Mary Herron. But the only film that really cared about Sharon Tate, the person, was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which was in 2019. Now, it was directed by Quentin Tarantino and is a delightful and nostalgic journey through the Hollywood of the late 1960s. Well, up until the end. But for the majority of the film, it is this very laconic, nostalgic journey. Its slow pace allows us to feel like we are really there with the characters. One of the standout performances is in the film is Margot Robbie's portrayal of Sharon Tate. Robbie captures the warmth, the innocence, and radiance of Tate, showcasing her as more than just a tragic figure, but as a vibrant young woman full of life and promise. Her portrayal brings a sense of authenticity and heart to the character, beautifully highlighting Tate's charm and the sense of optimism she radiated during her rise to stardom. Robbie's nuanced performance allows audience to connect with Sharon Tate on a deeper level, creating a lasting impression that honours Tate's memory in a sensitive and thoughtful way. And she does all this without one line of dialogue. Amazing. The film serves like Django Unchained and Inglourious Bastards before it as a fictional alternate universe where the wrongs of history are set right. In Tarantino's vision, there is a suggestion that Tate would have probably have left her husband, director Roman Polanski, and moved on to someone like Steve McQueen. Now, my thoughts on what if Sharon Tate had lived? This is a very hard question to answer, because her tragic death really brought about the end of the Summer of Love. Would that have continued, or would it have ended another way? There are many conspiracies surrounding the group that caused her tragic ending, and I don't want to speculate on who might have died if they had come on a different night. Also, Roman Polanski himself, did the many tragedies that man endured influenced him to become the monster he became? Or the alleged monster, can I say? Sharon's death being one of them, of course. Might his career have been different? Might he have made different films? Tarantino seems to sidestep this issue by having her remarry with Steve McQueen. Well, the suggestion of which. Another ultimately tragic figure who some have asked me to make a video about as well. Sharon Tate was pregnant at the time of her passing, adding to the tragedy. So considering the times, I believe that she would have taken a long hiatus from acting to focus on raising her child. As Hollywood and also the public has a hard time seeing mothers in the types of roles that Sharon had become famous for, I think the types of roles would have changed. She showed some real talent for comedy in her final films, The Wrecking Crew and the Italian slapstick comedy 12+1, otherwise known as 13 Chairs. So I think she may have returned to television, working on a sitcom filmed in Los Angeles, where she could take care of her child and work at the same time. I could see her working on one of the Aaron Spelling primetime soaps of the 80s and 90s, and perhaps doing the occasional feature film or television film. And for some reason, I want to see her on Charlie's Angels. I don't know in what way, but I can kind of see her fitting into that world, or maybe even to The Bionic Woman or $6 Million Man. I can see her fitting into that world. As I said in the beginning of this video essay, I believe that Sharon Tate had made her mark with the cult classic Valley of the Dolls and with the iconic doll Malibu Barbie. So I hope that I've been able to celebrate her achievements and show that her stamp on popular culture is more than just what most people first think of her. And through the people who have kindly watched this video, I hope that these achievements will be less overshadowed than they are now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking the video, and if you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and watching more of this playlist. Thank you so much.